What's good with YouTube? It's your boy Almighty Max, man. And today, bro, we're back. And today we're doing the top 10 dark theories about Cartoon Network shows that will ruin your childhood, man. So it's gonna ruin mine because I was a big Cartoon Network fan. That's probably my favorite network as a kid growing up. Had the best cartoons, no cut, no cut, bro. Before we hop into the vid, don't click away. Drop a like, subscribe, and do a notification. Put the notifications on because if I miss an upload, bro, I will eat the hottest pepper on the planet, bro. The hottest. So I get 1 day off every week. If I miss more than 1 day in a week, I gotta eat a pepper. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hop straight into the vid, man. To be honest, I don't really know much.
Fake?
I don't really know.
Really flat? Are Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls really just multiple personalities of the same person?
Oh.
As conspiracy theories saturate the internet, Screen Rant has dug deep
I don't
into
really
the
know much
seedy underbelly of
conspiracy
Cartoon
theories.
Network's
I don't know a lot of
past
them.
to uncover
So we're
the
about to find
10
out.
dark theories swirling around the distant memories of your childhood.
Oh, that kitty feels good.
Hey, come
Whoa.
on, Flapjack.
From anime to Hanna-Barbera, these animated series might not be as safe and happy as you remember.
I think we should find an easier person to cheer up.
And as we journey back through the shows of yesteryear and change everything you thought you knew, click on the red subscribe button. Screen Rant will always be here to change your idea of what TV shows and movies might mean to you. But real quick, can you guess what cartoons these emojis are showing? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out.
Don't even think about it! Think about it!
Very
Ed,
three
Ed, and Eddie.
family?
Taking place on a street that's as suburban as the neighborhood in The Sandlot.
You gotta stop thinking. Just have fun.
The setting of Ed, Ed, and Eddie might be more
One of my
appropriately referred
favorites.
to as its own kind of suburgatory. That's because many fans think that the street where all the action takes place is actually a kind of afterlife where time stands still.
That's disturbing.
This
That is
theory
very
is supported by
disturbing.
the fact that the characters on the show have the kind of skin tones you'd find on a deceased person.
You're all already dead.
Created by a joint crew of Canadian and
But
American
Eddie- but
animators,
Ed
the
is
Ed,
Mad
Ed, and Eddie
Pink.
team didn't necessarily
Or Eddie,
plan
whatever
on
his name
placing
is.
the
Yeah, Eddie.
characters in a land
Mad
of the
Pink.
undead.
Look at me!
But since they're all based on and inspired by iconic characters from throughout the history of animation, the kids wear clothing ranging from the decades of the early 20th century to the present. Kids are costumed from different time periods, no parents ever really show up on the cul-de-sac, and Johnny 2x4's companion, Plank, occasionally shows some sentient behavior.
Save yourself.
Among other weird occurrences, these elements combine to make Ed, Ed, and Eddie's street seem like a land that time forgot. Sure, it's a creepy
Whoa, is
idea for a
that
kid
the-
show, but at least they're not brain
The Illuminati numbers?
Now let me show you how this thing works.
Powerpuff Girls. The Spice Girls weren't the only girl power icons for kids from the 1990s. The Powerpuff Girls kicked butt in a hip
Mojo
modern animation
Jojo.
style, but they may have taken a page from a more classic set of characters. With their own signature colors, red, blue, and green, these hues match up with the three
That's also
fairies
one of my
from
favorite
Sleeping
shows,
Beauty.
man. I'm
Even
not
the
gonna lie to
Sleeping
you.
Beauty's fairies
I'm not a
Neve,
girl, but I
Fawn,
was watching
Flora,
that shit,
and
bro.
Merryweather seem to align with the three Powerpuff Girls' spunky, sweet, or tough personalities.
Ah, shut up.
With Merryweather being the tough one since her name is close enough to boxer Floyd Mayweather's. That's not the only strange Powerpuff theory floating around the kid-friendly version of the dark web. Some fans think that the Powerpuff Girls and their friends and foes are just all part of a single character's imagination. The internet's decided to name this character Brenda, a person whom we never see, but from whose point of view it's believed we're watching the show through.
I don't really believe this one.
It's said that the three girls are different manifestations of this single person, Brenda, who has multiple personality disorder, and that Mojo Jojo, their greatest nemesis, is her older brother.
No, I'm the old lady.
Nah,
So
I'm
you can
not.
either choose to watch the show as it was originally intended, or you can pretend this is a Technicolor version of M. Night Shyamalan's Split, but without all the action.
Yeah, nah, I'm not liking this
So
one.
what do we do now?
The Ed and Eddie one seems believable. That one, not really.
The Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack connection. Those weird ideas about the superpowered girls created in a basement aren't the only crazy theories swirling around Cartoon Network's super teams. There's a thought circulating in the zeitgeist right now that the Powerpuff Girls, Professor Utonium, and Samurai Jack are the same person. Sure, the Doctor is usually smirking
look
and the
alike.
trained warrior has a furrowed brow, but their faces and body types are practically identical with the same jawline, hairline, and eyes. In the Powerpuff Girls' original introduction, a short titled Whoop Ass Stew, Professor Utonium looks and acts much differently than the Samurai Jack doppelganger he would become. He's actually much more similar to Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. The main online
Very
theory
similar, that's
posits
crazy.
that Samurai Jack, unable to get back to his own time, eventually took the place of the earlier Professor Utonium and ended up finding the peace and family he always wanted with the Powerpuff Girls.
And from then on, I was obsessed with who they were and where they came from.
This idea is supported by the appearance of similar buildings and billboards like the Talking Dog Says ad, and the fact that Samurai Jack and his arch arch nemesis Aku are transported through a time portal during their final battle. Superfans believe that Aku's liquid form becomes the chemical X that's used to create the Powerpuff Girls in the first place.
That was a good theory. I don't know if I believe it, but it's a good one.
Teen Titans Go! So they're not the Justice League, but Teen Titans Go brought DC Comics' brand of justice to Cartoon Network.
I never watched this show.
That doesn't mean Teen Titans didn't hint at the darker side of crime fighting.
This came out when I started
the
getting older.
episode where Robin shows the other Titans the trophies he's gained from his many adventures.
I was
with
more of a
Batman.
regular
While
Teen
the
Titans
Batcave
guy,
is
you
large
feel me?
enough to store all their equipment, from the Batmobile to shark repellent bat spray, plus trophies like the Joker's giant card, Two-Face's giant coin, and a massive animatronic T-Rex. Teen Titans referenced the more traumatic elements of these vigilantes' daily lives. On display in the background, you can see Mr. Freeze's head.
Breezy, I'm feeling hot.
I find that unlikely.
As well as the ashes of Jason Todd, the first Robin who
Oh,
fell at
shit.
the hands of the Joker. That's not all, though. Each episode is full of hidden cameos and background gags.
That's cool.
In an episode that flashes forward to an old and out-of-work Robin bumming around his apartment, you can spot homemade replicas of his old teammates as a happy face taped to a mop, a happy face drawn onto a sack of potatoes, and a happy face on a bucket. So we guess you don't need to watch Suicide Squad to glimpse the shadowy side of Gotham.
Because that would be real classy.
So good, man. He always knows just what
Also
to
a
say
top
to
show.
cheer a guy up.
Adventure Time. According to its creator, Pendleton Ward, we did an episode about businessmen rising up from an iceberg at the bottom of a lake, and that made the world post-apocalyptic, and we just ran with it. In the title sequence, a wasteland is littered with artifacts and props hanging from dead trees, while undetonated bombs remain stuck in the ground. This hints at the Great Mushroom War, which ravaged the land of Ooo and occurred before the story really began. And fans believe that the war started in the 80s, around the time our own Cold War was coming to a head. Its name is also believed to come from the mushroom clouds one would see in a nuclear disaster. Giving the show a deeper connection not only to human history but also to Cartoon Network history, fans offer some pretty strong evidence that Adventure Time and the misadventures of Flapjack are set in the same world.
You know what I like more than fishing?
I don't care.
Fishing with you.
When it was on the air, Pendleton Ward was a writer for Flapjack, and both shows share the same fun and screwed up sensibilities.
See, I like Flapjack, but it was like way to me.
The Smurfs. In the earlier days of Cartoon Network, the channel used to rerun a lot of older cartoons, and the Smurfs received a decent amount of airtime. However, one scroll down a fringe message board and you'll find a number of threatening theories about Smurfs being hateful, misogynist, blue monsters. There's not much time spent describing the fun-loving tiny creatures that they seem to be on their TV show. One of the earliest appearances of the Smurfs featured the blue creatures turning different colors because of a sickness. Once turned, the healthy Smurfs shunned the sickly Smurfs in a show of discrimination. Another instance caused viewers to believe the cartoon was spewing communist propaganda. In this example, Brainy Smurf is often shown as different and disconnected from the other Smurfs because he's always reading and studying.
All party smarties must do the brainy dance.
These viewers believed this storyline helped indoctrinate kids with communist propaganda, which believed that no one outside of the larger group should have access to more information than the rest of the masses.
Never call Brainy an idiot. You're an idiot, Brainy!
Additionally, some activists believe that Smurfette is anti-feminist because she was created by the evil Gargamel to help ruin the Smurfs. But they ended up accepting her after giving her plastic Smurfery, making her conventionally beautiful. So just to be safe, if you see an unfriendly Smurf on the street, just tell him to Smurf off.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry are the original Itchy and Scratchy, and they've been entertaining kids for generations. But are they the most popular cat and mouse you can find on TV? Or are they really just a front for propaganda? First off, breaking it all down, their names stand for two of the major opposing forces in World War II. Tommy's was the nickname for the British soldiers of the day, and Jerry's was used to refer to German troops, making this connection even more clear. The cat wasn't even named Tom in his first appearance. Back then, he was called Jasper. The name was purposely changed to Tom for reasons not entirely known, other than the fact that studio employees liked the sound of it. Produced by
Tom
MGM,
sounds better,
the
though.
studio made a slew of shorts during World War II, but at this time they were much tamer and
Hitler?
less political than the
What the
Warner
fuck?
Brothers Looney Tunes shorts or other cartoons of the period.
Oh. Alright, yeah, I like that, Daffy. I like
Said,
that.
Maybe MGM
Keep that
wanted
going.
Tom and Jerry to provide audiences with an escape from the constant cycle of bad news. In one of the few references to the war, however, Jerry the Mouse did draw a Hitler stash on Tom. But whether that was some kind of statement on hidden loyalties during the war remains to be seen.
Me and all my homies hate Hitler, man. Fuck Hitler, nigga. Yeah, fuck that nigga.
Whenever you catch a rerun of your favorite animated shows on Cartoon Network, you won't be able to
Oh man, that was all, you feel me? I didn't see any crazy conspiracy theories like that, man. You feel me? It wasn't really like crazy that. The only one that was crazy was like the Ed and Eddie one. That that was dark. But these other shit wasn't really that dark. That nigga clickbaited and shit. I'm about to clickbait too, my nigga. So you feel me? If you did enjoy that video though, drop a like, subscribe. I'm gonna try to react to a better one tomorrow to conspiracies. A better one. So yeah, I'm trying to find some crazy shit. It's your boy Mighty Max, and remember, if I miss more than one upload in a week, I will eat that pepper. So subscribe, bro. Subscribe. If you want to see me in pain, subscribe. Because I might miss that day and uncut. It's your boy, and I love you. I'm out.